Bulls Nation? Welcome into the CHGO Bulls Podcast. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. Joined in studio by my guys, Big Dave. Bow. Sports. Will, the Go Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb. Our pal producer, Joey Spathis. He is at Joey Spathis. And joining us on the sidebar, our guy, Mark K, MK Hoops. The gang's all here.
Yeah.
The NBA tips off officially tonight with the TNT doubleheader. Can't wait for that. NBA gambling is back. The Bulls tip off tomorrow night. We are just over 24 hours from the Bulls season officially beginning. I'm excited. Plus, Perk, it's 80 degrees in Chicago. It is October 24th.
Yes, it is.
I feel like it's Christmas, but basketball / extended summer Christmas. I'm in a great mood.
I'm so excited,
That's like
man.
26 for you, Mark, just FYI.
26. Okay, thank you for the conversion. That's reasonable.
That's a friend right there.
How do you just know Celsius conversions off the top of your head?
That's his friend.
That's my
his
friend.
boy.
I gotta
You gotta know these.
gotta
Things.
have
Mark's
his
my
back.
friend too. I don't know
No.
Celsius conversions.
He's Godfather over here. This is a different world right here, sir. You know what I mean? Their
don't
relationship
believe
is like our relationship. It's a whole different thing right here. All right.
Barrett, do you know Celsius conversions?
Why would I? You don't live in Australia, so I'm okay.
Who do I get
I'll
to
be
have
all
the,
right.
Who do I get to have the best friend relationship with?
All of them.
Who do you, Joey?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
We
Baby
need
Joey.
another person on the show.
Baby Joey.
See what I mean?
No, we need maybe we need another member that would be like my counterpart. You know, like Will's got Mark, Matt and Big Dave. Then we get
But we've all got
Joey
you.
and the alter Joey.
Ooh, goat. Come on, bro.
All right, we'll rediscuss this.
all got
What's
Joey.
the name of the French Bulls Talk or French NBA producer?
Leonce.
Leonce.
That's your guy. Leonce.
From Trash Talk
Leonce, I
Productions.
apologize for not remembering your name.
Man,
I'll never
our
be
Trash
shit
Talk
compared to
friends.
him. But
Good people.
They are.
Lots of fun stuff on deck today. Being the eve of Bull season officially beginning, we are talking about the roundtable that dropped first thing this morning, where all of us answered a variety of questions about what we're excited for this season, what we're concerned / afraid about this season, what keys are the ones that could help the Bulls reach their ceiling as a team this year, plus predictions for the Bulls' win-loss record and where they will wind up in the Eastern Conference seeding. We're going to talk our way through all of it on today's show. Shout out to everybody hanging out with us in the comments. Salim, our guy, saying the boys are all back together.
Dream.
That's right, baby.
happy birthday,
right.
happy belated birthday to you, Salim,
Yes. Absolutely.
That man
Many
is
more.
40.
and many more.
Go after Salim. He's 40. AJ in the comments said, Mark Hay, and it's not even a Friday? Pinch me.
Yes.
The people are happy.
Favors were called in.
Fish referring it
One
as
person said one. That's all you need, Mark K. All you
Bulls-
need is one.
the Bulls Festivus episode. I love that. All right, guys, let's start at the top. Will, the first question you threw at all of us is, what is something you're most looking forward to this season? Mark, I loved your answer, so I want to start with you. Walk us through how you answered the question. As a Bulls fan, what are you most looking forward to this season?
Well, just let me pull up the website again so I can remember what I actually said in this stupid thing. But I think what I am looking forward to is just some sort of resolution or clarity is what I said. And what I mean by that is, like, how long have we talked about the offense? How long have we talked about, should they keep it together? Should they blow it up? Should they re-sign DeMar? Should they do A, B, C? Should they do X, Y, Z? Like, I'm hopeful that this season, one way or another, just gives us clear direction. We understand what's happening. Obviously, it's contingent on the team to do that, and the way they come out in the first sort of 10 to 20 games maybe sets the tone as to answering this question that I've posed here. But one way or another, by the deadline, I hope we know where things are going long term. That's what I'm kind of interested in. And I just don't want to be talking about continuity or should they be doing this, should they be doing that type thing. I just want a clear, concise answer, and hopefully we get it.
XYZ is Australian for XYZ. Just
Oh, no, I picked it up. I picked it up.
You know, we're all friends here. I'm just
XY Celsius.
XY
Yeah,
Celsius.
I picked it up. I picked that up, man.
I love that answer, Mark, and I'm with you. The way that you said it as resolution and clarity. Will, you got a chance to sit down with Vooch during training camp, and he kind of expanded upon the thoughts he had earlier this offseason after he re-signed his new deal, saying this is sort of a last chance situation for the Bulls and this core of players to do something this season, to achieve more than they have together thus far. And we'll get to later on in today's show our predictions for what we think the Bulls are going to do as far as will they find success this season, will they be a playoff team? And I'm hoping for resolution like you, Mark, in either direction. Either they prove to us that they are more capable than some of us think and get back to being a playoff team, or they don't. And they use that proof that they can't and that they have maxed out this group and make proactive changes to go a different direction. Because I'm with you. I don't want to be sitting here a year from now talking about the same thing. Dave, what are you most looking forward to this season?
I believe for me it was Kobe White, and just looking forward to him being the starting point guard. I said I've been championing him for years because I had to write it nicely, but really I've been talking shit about Kobe White for years about how good he is and his growth and his development. And I remember being on his defense before anybody was talking about his defense and being laughed at for saying he started having defense. Yes, I'm flexing right now, Will. Yes, I am. But I'm just really happy for him, man. He's come such a long way to get to this point because he continued to say that I'm a starting point guard in this league. And I remember when he said it, people were like, yeah, okay, great. You're a six man. This is what you are. This is what you're always going to be. You should be focusing on that. So it doesn't matter what the outside noise was. What mattered was he believed. You know, he thought that he was that starting point guard, and he worked his ass off to get to that kind of level and developed himself into something we look at now and they're like, oh shit. Like Matt literally I like Kobe White. Like he literally said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like Kobe White right now. And he's right to feel that way. So I hope what we saw in the preseason just carries over to the regular season and he has a really great year.
A lot of the people who are talking about Patrick Williams being worth or not worth X amount of money, same conversations we were having last summer about Kobe White. And that's why, in addition to Kobe White, I chose Patrick Williams and the maturation and development curve there because I think Mark's point is probably the most crucial one, is picking our direction. And Kobe White's development, Patrick Williams' development, and whether they can take a step forward and kind of supplant some of these guys or make it clear that they are future building pieces, that's going to help determine what happens next. I think we're all tired of continuity. We're all, excited to see what's next. And obviously, there's 82 games between then and now, but do we have a future that's worth looking forward to, or is it going to be more of the same? And I think Kobe White and Patrick answer a lot of those questions.
I think if I were to say something I was most excited about as far as on the court, I probably would have gone a similar direction with I want to see Kobe continue to grow and I want to see Pat continue to grow. I also, in a weird, twisted way, I'm looking forward to Bulls fans' discourse and disagreeing on stuff. Because that's honestly part of the fun. Mark, fun. I was laughing my ass off at one of your Patrick Williams tweets. I can't remember if it was last night or this morning, but the fact that Patrick is one example, and it's just a player we've been talking a lot about recently because his development means a lot to where this team goes from here, but that the Patrick Williams stands who are still very high on him, thinking the only thing holding him back is the fact that this team has DeMar and Vooch and Zach on it and high usage percentages and him not getting an opportunity.
All-stars.
And then those who are already writing Patrick off as a bust, and the fact that the reality is that the truth is somewhere in between those things.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But as someone who is not selling his Patrick stock yet, has not been wildly impressed with anything thus far, I'm looking forward to seeing a better version of Pat than we've seen so far, and trying to temper my expectations and excitement, and also enjoying the fact that Bulls fans on either end of the spectrum are going to be out of control about it all season long.
True.
Every game, people are going to be overreacting to Patrick Williams.
Go ahead, Mark.
Which is why I'm a little bit concerned about the discourse, to be honest with you. Not just with Patrick, but how that connects to everyone else. The Patrick conversation is connected to the DeMar conversation, which is connected to the Vooch conversation, which is connected to the Zach thing. So whilst it'll be fun, I always enjoy conversing with Bulls fans. We appreciate our diehards that support us here at CHGO, all that sort of stuff. It does have the potential for it to be really toxic in parts because Pat is due. Well, he wants an extension. He wants a new big number. People are already getting on him because he toted out the most basic of media lines saying that I want a big contract. Yeah, like no shit. Why wouldn't he want a big contract? But also, why are you getting angry at him for saying he wants a big contract, people? Like, of course he does. So like, why are people getting angry at him about that? Similarly, like the DeMar thing, it'll be like, you can't extend this guy. He's in year 15. Like, you got to hand the team over, and people are just going to get very angry about it. So that's part of the reason why I want resolution, so we can sort of just get past all that noise, and that we know, okay, cool, we've extended DeMar as an example, or we've extended Pat. Well, we can't anymore, but we that's kind of why I was hoping they'd get to a number with Pat, just so we could just put that in the bank and we don't have to hear about it or think about it anymore. But to your point, Peck, like every game, there's going to be some sort of analysis on Patrick Williams, and there should be. But the noise and the amplification of that noise throughout the season is going to be interesting. So the first 20 to 25 games from that standpoint alone, we'll see how it plays out. But I can't imagine this fan base being rational about anything.
That's why I love Bulls fans. Irrationally passionate.
No, I mean, I just think you're absolutely right, Mark. Like, Patrick and Kobe, really. But I think for the most part, Patrick, because he's still, I think, the one that has the most upside, or at least the front office is hoping that he has the most upside, is going to be the one that provides that clarity. Whether it's good or bad, we will get resolution, I at least assume. I mean, there's also the possibility that things go just as they did last year. Patrick has games where he's good. Patrick has games where he is not good and doesn't grab a rebound, and it pisses people off. And the Bulls end up going 41-41, and they still have no idea whether to go a different direction or not. I think that's a real possibility, but it does kind of feel like at a certain point we're reaching the end of this experiment. Vooch has said it, the whole last dance thing. But even if it's just not reaching your goals as a team, the financial element is coming into play, whether they like it or not. And that's true with Patrick. It's true with DeMar. And so I wonder, that's kind of another piece that you have to mix into this, is like, how much does the money play a role in what happens next? And how comfortable are you extending or re-signing a 35-year-old DeMar to play alongside a 34-year-old Vooch for 2 or 3 or 4 more years?
My actual answer was just that I'm looking forward to doing post-game all season long, hanging out with you guys, hanging out with our fellow Bulls fans. Because honestly, as someone, and again, we will get to this, a Bulls fan who is coming into this being like rolling my eyes at hashtag continuity, the plan, I do not have great hopes or expectations for this season. And there's a big part of me who's like already dreading it. Truthfully, that's how I feel coming into the season, because I want them to be better or picking a different direction. They're not doing either, and I don't like that. Either way, on nights when we're talking about a Bulls game where we liked a lot of it and we're talking about W's, it's fun. On nights when we're talking about things we're disappointed in and talking about losses, it's still fun. Like, Bulls fans make this gig wonderfully fun. And I know that whatever is happening, whether it's wins or losses in postgame, Bulls fans will be here talking about it. And there are some parts of the fan base who might look at the first 15 or 20 games of this season and be like, you know what, I'm out. I'm not, like, I don't have the time and like emotional space in my heart to give any of it to this team. And that's fair. That's okay. If you're a come and go Bulls fan like that, that's fine. The true diehards who hang out with us every night, even if they, like me, are unimpressed by what we might see this season, it's honestly my favorite part about being a Bulls fan, is that there are plenty out there who are just as insane as we are.
There's storylines that come out of every single game, good or bad or indifferent, that make this such an exciting season. And regardless of what happens with the Bulls, I do think that this is a pivotal year for this group. And like I said, maybe it just ends up 41-41 and we keep on keeping on. But when you have 4 months off, there's no deep playoff run, there's no high draft pick, there's no marquee free agent signing. It's a long summer. And it's been a blast to come on here every day, but I could not agree with you more. To be able to get to keep talking with some of these players, keep talking with you guys, keep writing stories. It's just, I'm very excited for the season, regardless of how things actually shake out.
That's real.
We got basketball back, baby.
Basketball back.
I'm excited, and nobody asked me, but I'll chime in anyways.
We asked you that
I was
told
busy.
you
I
you could
couldn't. I
participate in the
know. That's not what I
roundtable.
meant, of course. But I'm saying just now.
You
but
don't
I
want to
said
participate in the round table?
I was busy. I wasn't able to participate in the round
too
table.
much going on. Oh, sorry.
Anyways,
sorry,
that's-
Joey.
that's a
I knew
flex.
that.
Too much
I
happening
knew that
for
was
Joe.
going to start a whole
Wow.
thing. But Matt said it. It's fun. I'm excited to be back with the chat, and there is great continuity amongst this group. That's what I would say. There's continuity amongst us here, whether it's us on set, whether it's us in the chat. You know, I'm learning about what Fish likes to see on the basketball court. We're learning about what Colin Calling likes to see. I'm learning that if I order Portillo's, I gotta ask Matt first. Like
You're still learning that?
when Big Dave is having sensitive conversations, he doesn't want to be interrupted. We're getting each other's habits down. The continuity is growing. You guys are getting the continuity down, and so season 3, season 2.5, whatever you want to call it, CHGO Bulls to the moon.
I like that you're trying to reappropriate the phrase continuity.
That's what I'm saying.
We're reclaiming.
I
it.
don't. The
Taking it
Bulls
away from
Right.
the
And
Bulls.
putting it here.
in the
put it
Bulls
on
sense,
ourselves
it's
and our fellow
negative.
Bulls fans.
In the Bulls sense, the continuity is negative, but the continuity that we're building here, I'm very excited about.
What do you learn about Marquet?
What have I learned about Marquet? Wow, I've learned a lot about Marquet. Number one, he's a fantastic guy, and I loved
true.
hanging out with him.
This is
And
true.
I've learned, Mark's a guy that's very easygoing, but he appreciates, getting the audio out on time. He likes getting his good Bulls takes off with GOAT. And I've
He also
learned that
likes
he's
telling
got
people on Twitter who
yeah.
he knows are less intelligent than he is about basketball.
I've learned
that
to
they are less intelligent than he is.
No, I disagree. It doesn't matter the intelligence level. He's going to tell
Yeah.
you that anyway.
So what I've learned about Marquet is to shut my mouth and listen and not challenge him for fear of being exposed for not knowing ball.
Mark likes to throw grenades.
Not in a bad way, Mark.
Into the Twitterverse.
Let him defend
And then-
himself. Defend yourself,
and then,
Marquet.
and then gets pissed off when he has to.
Not in a bad way. I meant that I just like to take in what Mark is saying because I learn a lot from listening to him. That's what I
Fair.
meant. Where I'm
Fair.
not going to
Well,
challenge
no,
him because I trust his opinion.
All I was going to say, Joe, is one thing you haven't learned about me is that I don't appreciate producers interrupting the show when the talent is speaking. So that's one thing you haven't learned.
Bragsy learned that one the hard way.
Damn.
Unplugging my headset. Continue with the show.
An
I love you,
Australia
Joe.
bomb.
Miss you, buddy.
He does like throwing grenades. You're right.
This is true.
Just like your best friend, Joe Cowley.
In the
Just
world.
the two biggest grenade throwers on
He's
Bulls
a
Twitter.
grenadesman.
It's impressive.
Hey, I love Joe. Love me some Joe.
Let's take our first break. We'll come back, continue talking about our roundtable questions for the Bulls season, including how will we define a successful season for the Bulls in 23-24. Hit that thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube while we're sharing these words from our friends and sponsors. And, of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you get alerts every time we go live here at CHGO Bulls. Today's show brought to you by Fubo TV, which offers over 140 live channels of sports shows, movies, and news. You can stream live TV from any and all of your devices. Watch the most Chicago sports for the lowest price. You can also start watching right away with a free trial. See if you like it, and I know you will, because even after the free trial and you decide, I do love this Fubo TV, this is awesome. There's no contract involved, there's no cable, there's no hassle. You just sign up and start watching.
That's it.
And if you do it with our promo code, you get a discount on that. 1,000 hours of cloud DVR storage is also included at no extra charge. So you can record all of the Bulls games, all of the Bears games, whatever you're watching, so you can go back and rewatch it, either because it was fun to watch or you enjoy torturing yourself.
Teabag.
What? You can also watch your local team while you are on the go. Offering channels covering college football, if that's your thing. Big Ten football, NFL, Bears, NFL Network, Red Zone, the greatest channel in the history of television / mankind.
Hard to argue.
You can get it on Fubo TV. Plus, of course, NBC Sports, the UEFA Euro Soccer channel, Ryder Cup stuff, whatever you want, you can find it on Fubo TV. Watch all your favorite college football and NFL with Fubo. Go to www.fubotv.com/CHGO to sign up. for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. Again, that's FuboTV.com/CHGO. 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro.
Has Will seen your slash and dash yet?
Ooh, I don't know.
You don't know he's seen it yet? Okay.
Which one is
All
that
right.
for? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but when we see it, we'll know it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't there. Okay. You'll see
I'll
it.
keep my eyes out.
Keep your eye open. Hey, Joey, I'm going to put you on the spot. I never asked you this, but are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Hey, Joey, can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
Hey!
Yes, I'm so proud of you. You don't realize how proud of you I am right now, Joey, but I'm so proud of you, man. Yes, you can kick it, and the place to get your kicks and shoes and things that you need, it's only one place you got to go to, y'all, and that's So Savvy. Oh, it's been around since 2018, and their mission has always stayed the same. Get sneakers into the hands of the people who love them the most. And who is that? That is me. I want them in my hands right here, ladies and gentlemen. The Drops app, because you're going to need this app, y'all. The Drops by Soul Savvy app makes it easy to keep up with all the latest news, releases, raffles, and sales in the sneaker world. You ever wonder why these people are always first in line to get the hottest new sneakers? You're like, how did they even know they came out? Well, they got stuff like this. You get the Drops app on Soul Savvy, and I promise you it will be listed there, and you can be first in line and get your size and not have to pay somebody to stand in line for you. You can go do it yourself and save yourself some money and some time. You can get the drop alerts, notifications. You'll never miss a release again. You'll get instantly notified whenever your size is available to buy. There's a free raffle management. Keep track of all the raffles that happen in sneakers with their raffle tracker, and you're going to need this, the release calendar. They're accurate. You heard what I said. Accurate release calendar, because of course sometimes them dates come out and they don't happen because you were listening to people you shouldn't have been listening to. But now Soul Savvy has taken care of that for y'all. The accurate release calendar will keep you updated on releases that are upcoming. Whether you're a casual buyer or you're all in and being a sneakerhead, Soul Savvy has something for you with 3 different levels. You got the basic version, which is free, the Mobile Plus, and of course, the best one out there, which is the premium. And here's a drop alert for you. This Saturday on the 28th, Soul Savvy will be dropping the Air Jordan 12 Cherry shoes.
Oof,
you heard what I said? I just threw that out there for free for you because I give a damn about you. So be sure to check out the Drops app and check them out. Sign up for Soul Savvy by clicking the links in the description below or by visiting the links.soulsavvy.com/CHGO or head over to the App Store and download the Drops by Soul Savvy app. Because Matt Peck, can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Soul
Man,
Savvy.
I was scrolling the
Get down.
releases on my Drops by Soul Savvy app earlier today. Check out this Air Jordan 1 Reimagined Royal that drops November 4th.
Oh, this is Matt Peck.
That is my
This
jam.
is Matt Peck.
Oh, I saw.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Black and blue Jordan 1s.
This
I
is
need
you.
them in my life.
This is you right here,
Right?
sir. Yeah, this is you.
I
That
even
is
have a
definitely
flannel
you.
that would match these.
Yes, you do.
Like,
No, I saw
perfectly.
it. I've seen that flannel. I know exactly what
Get
it
that
is.
Drops app by Soul Savvy, y'all. Dope sneakers.
Yo, Soul Savvy, y'all. Seriously, y'all need to get down. Get down with it. Get down on it.
Rolling along with our roundtable questions, previewing the Bulls season. How will we define a successful season? And to me, and then I'll toss it to you, Mark, my answer to this question was similar to what are you looking forward to? Resolution of some kind. Some clear-cut answer as to where the hell this team is going. That's what I want at the end of this season. Whichever direction it is. If the Bulls, as they near the trade deadline, decide we're on the outside looking in the playoff picture, this core is not getting it done, and they actually make proactive decisions to change directions, in some weird, twisted ways, I would call that a successful season because that's mostly what I am looking forward to. You could also say if what you're looking for is competition, then it's about going to the playoffs and having a better showing than a gentleman's sweep like you did against the Bucks 2 seasons ago. But that's what I would call a successful season, is when you get to the end of it, as a Bulls fan, you feel comfortable knowing what the plan is. Mark, what about you?
I see the logic, but at the same time, for the same reason why I'm reluctant to give AK and Eversley credit for the offseason they just had, because I felt like it was the offseason that they needed to have 12 months ago. I'm not going to give them credit if they decide to pivot halfway through the season, even if I think that's the right decision, because I kind of feel like they needed to do that some time ago. So whilst I get your point and why maybe you can deem that a success, to me, it would be like, okay, cool. You eventually got to the right decision, but you took too long. So I'm not going to shake your hand and say, good job, mate. But for me, assuming, they keep this continuity thing and they keep trying to keep it all together, the team's actually trying to win games, doing all that sort of thing, then this has to be a playoff team and not just a run-of-the-mill play-in team. Maybe you finish 9th or 10th in the East. You're unconvincing all season and you happen to lock into a playoff spot similar to the way the Atlanta Hawks did last season. That, to me, isn't success. You have to be a top 6 team in the East. And when you make the playoffs, you have to actually give us a first round series that suggests keeping this group together was actually worth it. None of this nonsense that we saw in 2022 when you got to the first round, you played the Bucks, you got absolutely destroyed and embarrassed in the majority of those games. That doesn't qualify anymore. I could live with that before your first go round. But this is year 3. You need to get to the postseason. You need to get to the first round. You don't necessarily have to win that first round series for me, but you need to make it damn competitive if you don't win it. So that's my bare minimum. If you're keeping this thing together and you wanting to be a successful season or you want to be a successful team, that's what we should be expecting, that you at least get to the first round. You do so by being a top 6 team and you give me a first round series that is actually competitive and one that I can look back on years later and say, yeah, this team actually played hard. They played well and I enjoyed watching this team. But if it's scraping in as the 8th seed and you get absolutely destroyed in 4 or 5 games, we're just kind of wasting everyone's time here. So I don't want that to happen, and that wouldn't be a success if that were to occur.
Dave?
No, I completely agree. Like, if you're going to go to the playoffs, you have to have a showing if you're going to go there. We've already seen them get there, and we were let me speak for myself. I was just happy to be there. I was like, cool, now we're here. Let these guys learn. A lot of these guys haven't been to this point. Patrick, Kobe, those kind of guys. Let them go learn. We're going to take this ass whooping. We knew it was coming. And I was like, if we win one game, that's my Eastern Conference Finals. That's it. And they gave me my one win, and I was fine after that. I was like, cool. Even though it sucked sitting there having that watch party, you was sitting in the front row having the news there, ABC 7 News there, watching that ass whooping from beginning to end was not fun at all. But we didn't have to stay the whole time. So thank you for that. You weren't there. Lucky you. You're in the stadium.
I was at the game where people were feeling the same way.
Yeah. It was tough. It was hard. But this year, it's a little different. I think Marquet hit it right on the head. Not year 2, but year 3. If you're in year 3 of this and you're still not being competitive in the playoffs, then that's, I don't want to say failure, but it's a screw up. I want to say something else, but it's a screw up, okay? If you get there and you're not competitive at least. You're giving me a 6-game, 7-game series where the games are close and they're fun to watch, and you're not going in watching these teams, dreading it, knowing you're going to lose by 20, for me, that's a success. You're like, okay, bet. For me, that's some kind of growth. If I see Kobe White not being scared, or I see Patrick Williams actually doing something in these playoffs, these young guys who I wanted to go to the playoffs actually go there and do something wonderful, fine. I'm completely okay with that. I will be accepting of that. But to be that 6th seed and to get to that and then to go there and get swept again, that would be completely upsetting. It just completely would. It would be a setback, and I will not be happy. Shout out Lady Wonder sitting outside. It would not be cool.
So short answer is you want to be a seeded playoff team, not a play-in team, and you want a competitive first-round series.
Yes, exactly what I want.
And to me, that's the baseline. And I think there is a difference between a failure of a season, meeting expectations, and reaching a goal. Mm-hmm. And to me, the expectation of being a first-round playoff team, whether it's play-in or playoff, just getting to the first round is like a lame expectation for me. Mm-hmm. It just is. Mm-hmm. And so to me, I know this sounds like a lot. What will define a successful season is reaching the second round.
Get him, Will.
And I say that to say, if we just watch this team get to the first round again and get smoked, or even win 2 games of a playoff series, we're still left in this position where they're probably going to end up running it back, and we're probably doing this same dance over again. Mm-hmm. And you're just left questioning why they traded Jimmy Butler in the first place when the whole reason was to get out of the first round of the playoffs. You spent 6-7 years trying to do that, and you end up in the same place without any future draft capital. So to me, a success would be giving me a reason to believe that this group is worth hanging on to, that this group that they've put together is worth continuing to invest in.
Okay.
And making the first round and losing, that doesn't cut it for me. That doesn't sell me on this group.
So the second round sells you.
This beating a team in the first round series, making it to the second round, that sells me that there's something happening here that's worth continuing on with.
Okay.
Missing the playoffs, getting in through the play-in and losing, even being the 6th seed and getting swept or something like that, like that doesn't excite me at all. And if we're going to keep on watching this team, I want to feel like there's a reason to be excited.
I'm with you, man.
It's a lot to ask, but I just feel like...
For me, it depends on who does what on this team in that first round. Like I mentioned, if I'm watching Patrick Williams and Kobe White do that damn thing in that first round, I'm not going to feel as that way. I'm going to be okay.
And the way I'll put it is, for a team like the Orlando Magic or the Pacers or the Oklahoma City Thunder, getting to and competing in the first round is success. They're teams that are young, they're on the come up.
What you're saying.
They are building for the future.
Yep.
A team that is, their two of their 3 best players are 34 and 35.
First round is not enough.
Invested 3 draft picks, 3 first-round draft picks, 2 second-round draft picks, cap space, all of it, to just getting to the first round is not a success.
Completely.
You're on the way down. And so to me, if a success means finding reasons to believe that this group is worth hanging on to, and to me, it's a lot to ask, but I feel like getting to the second round is the only way.
Ask it, Will.
I mean, no, it's not a lot to ask if what you use as a Bulls fan to define success is what the team has stated as their goal. Because I think the important context we cannot forget is that Arturas Karnisovas said, and I'm paraphrasing, but said,
Here we go.
We will not accept mediocrity.
He said it.
The fans deserve better than mediocrity.
He said it.
A quick first-round exit is goddamn mediocrity. And I think this fan base doesn't want it, will not be impressed by it, will not define it as a successful season. Now, whether or not Arturas' bosses believe in that theory, that mediocrity ain't good enough, is a different discussion for a different day. Or if you're me, something that plagues you with mental torment every hour of every day. Because we all know how that is. We know the truth there. But I'm sorry, if you're going to say mediocrity is not acceptable, then you can't call a first-round exit a success. You just can't. So, yeah.
There's a difference, like I said, of having a failure of a season, meeting expectations, which is, I think, what making the first round would be, and exceeding expectations and having a successful season, which is reaching the second round.
Yeah.
To me, like, meeting those expectations just isn't good enough because I don't think those expectations are set high enough.
And for me, it's different how I look at it. Because I mentioned, if I see Patrick and I see Kobe and I see these young guys actually doing their thing, for me, that's direction. That means going in the next season, I know what the hell I have, and I can start cutting bait on certain guys that you just mentioned that are 34 or 35 years old. I'm like, cool, I don't need y'all guys to do this no more. They got it. They get it. We can move the hell on. So for me, that's how I look at it. As far as if it's just going to be a first-round exit, that's how I would define that success.
And that leads exactly into Mark's point about resolution and clarity for the future. I think that's a great point.
Go ahead, Marquez.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I kind of lean with Dave here. Like, I don't want to put a blanket statement on saying losing the first round is a bad thing or not a successful thing, because you could be the 4th or 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. Maybe you win 47 games. To Dave's point, maybe some of these younger guys have taken a leap, have gotten you to that point where you've won 47 or 48 games. I obviously don't think that's going to happen. But if we're thinking about the ceiling of this team and maybe what could happen, like let's play this out. Maybe this team gets to the 5th seed, loses in the first round, but has shown you stuff like Dave is sort of suggesting that Kobe and Pat have taken a leap. Okay, maybe you lose in the first round, you go out, but losing in the first round as a 4th or 5th seed to me is contextually different than losing in the first round as an 8th seed and getting blown out by the Bucks or the Celtics or something like that. So I don't want to rule out and say anything less than a series win in the first round is, unacceptable. I get the logic, and part of me leans that way as well. But, wanting to apply some nuance to the conversation, I guess, I kind of lean with Dave on this as well, that I think you can have a successful season even if you go out in the first round, but it's how you do it. That'll be the interesting thing.
I think that's fair.
Andrew in the comments saying Chicago is such a great basketball city. It's why I picked the Bulls as a kid. It's so frustrating that we continue to get mediocre teams on the court. We need more than a first-round ass-kicking. I went ahead and corrected that. Went ahead and corrected that typo for you, Andrew.
Yo, Andrew, yeah. Yo, Andrew, man. Okay, buddy. All right.
I'm going to trust you in that was, in fact, a typo.
Joey fighting the bots.
Let's take another break. We'll come back and continue rolling on. What are some of our biggest concerns for the Bulls this season? That's on deck. Hit the thumbs up if you didn't do it during our first ad break. Make sure you are subscribed. Today's show brought to you by DraftKings. NBA betting is back, y'all. Ooh. NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing just $5 down on the NBA. Win or lose that $5 bet, doesn't matter. You will start the season with an instant dub in the form of $200 in bonus bets. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball payouts. You know I'm getting some parlays in for tonight's doubleheader. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball is more fun when you are in on the action. There's no denying it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use that promo code CHGO. New customers, again, can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for putting down just $5 on NBA action tonight. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with that promo code CHGO. I'm throwing a bunch of stuff tonight because obviously
because you're the man.
It's like a celebration. It's Christmas. NBA betting is back.
It's your thing.
I'm going to give you a pick. First part of this doubleheader tonight, defending champion Denver Nuggets against LeBron, AD, and the Lakers.
Okay.
Championship ceremony.
Yes.
Players getting rings. Banners going up.
Sexy.
If you're a Bulls fan from back in the day, you recall the banner night. Team usually comes out flat.
Yeah.
The event of celebrating last year's championship is great, and then the team plays like trash because they're distracted.
Facts.
I would love nothing more than to watch the defending champion Nuggets steamroll LeBron and the Lakers tonight because it would make me happy. I have fully adopted the Nuggets as my Western Conference team. Shout out to our DMVR Nuggets crew. But I just have a feeling that ring ceremony, banner raising ceremony is going to get in the way. So I'm actually taking Lakers +5 tonight in this one. Lakers +5 is -108 on DraftKings right now. If you're feeling extra spicy, the Lakers money line in this one is +164. I'm not saying I'm convinced it's going to happen. It's just something I'm going to throw some money at tonight because of the ring ceremony factor.
Okay.
But again, hedging my happiness because what I really want is the Nuggets to beat the Lakers by 20 tonight.
Okay. And if we recall, you just reminded me of a GIF everybody uses, which is Alonzo's morning's GIF of him shaking his head and then saying, yeah, that was the ring ceremony game when they played the Bulls, and the Bulls completely destroyed them.
I love learning stuff like that.
Yeah, that was that game,
I love having like a meme or a GIF that I know and that I use all the time and then finding where it actually came from. I love that.
That's exactly what it was, man, because I remember watching it and being excited that the Bulls were kicking their ass. That was fun.
There's one bad idea for you tonight. Go make a bunch of them at DraftKings. Don't forget that promo code CHGO.
Hey, Joey, how's baby Joey doing, man?
He's good. He's pretty good. He's eating solid foods now that he is over half a year old. So solid food. Should be like scooting around on the ground soon, and doing whatever other crap.
Other crap. Okay.
Kids that age do, but he's pretty cool.
Cool,
man. He's a pretty cool kid. Excited. He's excited for his first. His first full bowl season, baby. He was asking me last night. He said, "Who you got?"
Matching PJs. Yes.
He was asking me last night about DraftKings. Who I liked for the future. So
he did tell me to ask you something. He said to ask Joey. Joey, what time is it?
Game time. Who?
Right on time, man. Game time. That's what it is. You shouldn't have to worry about buying tickets to your next event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all your sports, music, comedy, and theater near you with killer deals. Last minute. All-in prices, views from your seat, and best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying those tickets. As I just mentioned, that last-minute tickets, the flash deals, the zone deals, easy to find and buy tickets to every event in your area. Views from all the seats in the venues, which is something I use all the time because I'm big and I need to know where I'm sitting and I can actually spread out. The lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection, job loss protection. They have got your back. Any way you want it, there's no way you need it. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, and even an hour after it starts, y'all. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and much more. And I just mentioned zone deals to you. With zone deals, you pick the section and Game Time picks the seats for an average of 18% savings.
Man.
Save you some money and sit your butt in the seats and enjoy what you're looking at. That's what Game Time is here for, y'all. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem that code CHGO for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Because Marquez, what time is it?
Game time, who?
Bam.
As Will would say, in your face.
I tweeted out an old NBA on NBC intro from our team account earlier today because I'm just so excited that the NBA is back, and like nothing makes me happier than hearing Round Ball rock.
Yes, sir.
And I realized while watching it, I mean, it's obviously littered with like MJ clips and highlights and stuff, but in the background you can hear audio of the Bulls in the tunnel saying "Game Time who?"
Ooh.
in the NBA on NBC promo.
Now that's a Matt
And
Peck
I was
find.
like, damn, I had never noticed that before.
That's a Matt Peck find, because I guarantee you nobody is sitting there listening to that, but it's just so embedded in your soul that you heard that.
And I heard it, and I was like, oh, Game Time, because that's my brain is broken.
Game Time. I need to buy tickets.
Yeah. All right, guys, moving along. Biggest concerns entering this Bulls 23-24 season. I can answer my answer in 4 syllables. Y'all know.
Okay.
3-point shooting. Dave?
Mine also for free throw shooting.
Hey!
That is my concern. I want them to get to the line more. They have to get there if you're trying to be a winning team. It's about free points. You don't turn down free. All right. I don't care what you're doing. And free is awesome. All right. Use free points. They have to get to the stripe. DeMar DeRozan's going to do it. We know. Zach LaVine, I think, will do it more this season. I think he'll start getting more calls.
He'll need to.
Yes. But guys like Kobe White, I want to see get there. Patrick Williams, I want to see get there. And maybe someone off the bench. It could be Caruso. It could be DeSumo, whoever. It could be Torrey Craig. It could be Javon Carter. But somebody else has to get to the line, man, because the free throw shooting kept them out of a lot of games. The three-point shooting damn sure did. But not getting free points and getting those opportunities for free points is detrimental to your team.
I think Mark and I have a pretty similar one here, but I'll go first and just say that, like, this idea of getting to the free throw line more, shooting more threes, attacking the offensive glass, playing through the paint, all these things that they're trying to fundamentally change about who they are as a team, specifically on the offensive end. What happens when they face some adversity? I'm working on a story right now, so I'll give a quick teaser of that. But like, I had a long conversation with Billy Donovan about this today, and he, one of the things he said was like, it sounds great to have this plan on paper, but like once you get out there, do you stay committed to it?
Everybody's got a plan so they get punched in the mouth.
Exactly. Can you stay bought into the things that they're trying to do? Because I think they have an idea of what it will take to win basketball games this year. We've heard it all training camp, all preseason. Zach, DeMar, Vooch all had some of the best years of their career last year, and yet the Bulls are 24th in offense.
Facts.
They have a plan to adjust the way that they play offense to improve their three-point shooting, to get to the rim more, to get fouls more, and to offensive rebound more. Can they stay committed to that even if things aren't working, even if those threes aren't going in, even if they can't get the offensive rebounds that they're going for, even if it costs them points on transition on the other end? Can they stay committed to that? Because if not, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be the same thing as last year because you got all the same personnel, and if they revert back to their old ways, that's a result.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and connected to that point, like trying to fundamentally change who you are on offense during what I consider at least to be the most difficult 20 to 25 game stretch of this season for the Bulls, and it coming straight out of them out of the gate. Like, that's tough. Like, trying to change who you are is hard regardless, but trying to do that against competition that you need to beat to establish yourself, like the way we sort of spoke about before. We need to see them be a seeded playoff team. They've got some tough games coming up in this opening, few months of the season. So they almost need to get together and get to that point of who they are very quickly, because they're going to be found out very quickly if they're not on the same page on offense or even defense. Like, my concern has been that the focus has been so much on offense that are they going to relent something on defense, and are they going to relent too much? And is the counterbalance of that going to be problematic? So trying to work out now with the same personnel that you've had over the last two or so years, how can we be different as a team whilst coming up against teams who know who they are in the early part of the season? Like, it is a bit risky. So whilst I feel confident that they should beat like the likes of the Toronto Raptors, or they've got games coming up in the first week or so against the Indiana Pacers or the Dallas Mavericks, teams who the Bulls potentially should be better than. Those teams kind of know who they are in some regards. They're not necessarily trying to change anything fundamental about who they are, whereas the Bulls are. And if they can't necessarily get it together in their first opening games, do they pick up a few L's when they shouldn't be? And what does that do to the flow-on effect of the record? And does it all start cascading and building on from there? And to Will's point about adversity, like this hasn't been a team that has really gotten through a lot of adverse situations. So I'm a bit concerned about that.
Let me ask you a question, because you brought up the schedule. Do you think we should judge the Bulls on these first 20 games when is it the 9th hardest schedule that they have in the league?
I can look it up.
I can't remember if it's 9th or the 5th hardest schedule that they have, or do you more so want to judge them after those 20 games when their schedule's much, much easier? Like, which way do we judge the Bulls?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, Dave. Like, I think we should be judging them on how they respond to the 20 to 25 games. Okay, maybe you come out of that period with a less than 500 record, which that would be my expectation. But how do they respond to that? So to your point, like maybe the following 10 games, maybe they get it together and they correct things and they right the ship, so to speak. But if I see some sort of like body language with those first 20 to 25 games does some damage to this team, there's already that inbuilt pressure of everyone feeling like this is their last go around. Pat's got that pressure of the extension looming, that he wants to obviously play good to make the money that he wants to make. If all of this external factors come into the team and starts, really negatively starting to affect them, do we start seeing it from a body language point of view? Do we start, like Will said, seeing reverting back to the ISO stuff? Do we start to see those storylines of Zach and DeMar, not being on the same page? Does Vooch get upset about his role? Like those sorts of things, like body language stuff, I guess, the stuff that you can't necessarily quantify. If we see that after the first 20 or 25 games, I'm concerned. But if they're getting through that first 20 to 25 games and it's a losing record still, but they're saying the right things, they're doing the right things, they're playing the right way, they're doing it the right way, then to your point, maybe it's a different story.
Brandon E. in the comments said, in his opinion, biggest issue will be late game execution on both sides.
Yeah.
Shooting threes doesn't mean anything if in a close game you're making mistakes, hence our 40-42 record last year. Brandon E., appreciate you tuning in, buddy. Why don't you do me a favor, and in those 42 losses,
I'm scared.
You go check how many Bulls threes were made and attempted compared to the threes that were made and attempted by their opponents, and then circle back to me. Moving right along.
Matt Peck.
Boldest / hottest takes this season. This is always a fun one. To me, it wasn't necessarily like a bold prediction, but it's a bold something I want to see happen.
Okay.
And it is putting Julian Phillips further up in Billy Donovan's rotation. I know it's a small sample size of preseason games in Summer League.
Oh, Marquet.
But Marquet just with the biggest eye roll
Yeah, he did.
I've ever seen.
Can't help himself.
We were just talking about how it's hard to feel excited about this team this season. We'll get to our predictions in a bit, but personally, I'm not super excited about the Bulls being an awesome competitive team this year. I'm looking for other things to be excited about. Kobe White, Patrick Williams, their development. I want Julian Phillips. And I want him to prove that he is a legitimate piece that the Bulls can continue building with and around if they finally decide to break up this big three and move forward. He's incredibly athletic.
He is.
He's proven to us that he can confidently take threes.
He is.
He's already got so much potential as a solid defender with his length, with his size.
True.
Hit the gym, but give me Julian Phillips minutes. Every night, give me Julian Phillips minutes. That's what I want.
Marquet?
I wasn't necessarily rolling my eyes at Matthew. What I was rolling my eyes at I could already foresee the narrative where last season everyone was like, why isn't Dalen playing? Why isn't Dalen playing? Now it's going to be, why isn't Julian playing? Why isn't Julian playing? It's because the 10-man rotation is set, guys. That's why he's not playing. But that's why I'm getting preemptively annoyed. But anyways, sorry, Matt.
Comparing apples and oranges. Dalen can't hit the broadside of a barn.
This year.
You know what I mean. Just people
I know what you mean.
Billy in these rotations. It's going to drive me insane already.
I know what you mean. So what's your bold take, Mark?
My bold take. Wow.
I'm curious.
Feeding maybe the narratives that sort of already have been in existence for a number of years and months, and Will and I talked about it the other day, but the rumors around Zach and DeMar being on a different ball club at the deadline, I think that's going to continue. And I'm expecting that noise to continue to the point where I'm wondering if one of DeMar or Zach is on the Lakers come the deadline, is wearing a Lakers jersey. It kind of makes sense for a number of different reasons, in part for what I think my prediction will be for this team in terms of record. I think it feeds into this, but I think one of these guys is moved, and which wouldn't be surprising because DeMar doesn't currently have an extension. Zach LaVine has been in rumors for God knows how long, so it wouldn't be completely out of the, it's somewhat of a bold take, but it's kind of not at the same time. So that is what I'm going with, that DeMar and Zach are traded, and if they are, they're heading to LA.
The narrative around Zach, if he gets traded to the Lakers, is going to be so annoying because everybody's going to turn from he's an empty calorie scorer who's never been to the playoffs, he's overrated, he's Tyler Hero with $40 million contract, to he is the best number 3 option in the entire NBA. He's a 3-level elite scorer who's going to be a champion in his first, it's going to be awful. And that leads me to one of my predictions, which is that I believe Zach's going to be an all-star this year. He looked as sharp as he did at the end of last season, during preseason. I think coming into the year healthy, he'll have that sort of mentality earlier on in the year where it's not just about getting his legs back under him. It's about proving himself as an elite player in this league once again. Yeah. And, I mean, it was only a couple preseason games, but he just looked so good. Yeah. I think the way that the Bulls offense wants to run caters a little bit more to his skill set, and I think he's going to run with it. I have one more, but I'll let you go to yours first.
No. Can I just say real quick? I loved your meathead fan voice there, Goat. That was good. We don't usually get that from you.
No, Mark's is deeper. Yours is a little.
I know. Mark has his own. Pack has his.
Yeah, I got mine.
I liked yours.
Yeah. I was on Bulls Gold with Salim and Ed last night. Shout out to those guys. Mm-hmm. Ed said that he loves Big Dave's fake Bulls fan voice. Can I push back a little bit, Will?
Please.
I think Zach LaVine All-Star, not a bold take. Okay. We saw the way he played after he knocked off the rust last season, and this is a 2-time All-Star in his prime. Don't think it's a bold take to say that Zach LaVine is about to have an All-Star season.
I'll give you a bolder take then.
Okay.
Bulls will end up with a top 5 pick in the lottery this year.
Oh, now there we go.
Let's go.
There it is.
Bold enough for you?
Boom.
I'm not sure if it'll happen by virtue of them being a bottom 5 team or by getting into the play-in and missing out and then finally getting some lottery luck for the first time in ever.
Yeah.
But that's my bold take. The Bulls fans need something positive to look forward to. It's time. The Bulls got some lottery luck. It's been 15 years since Derrick Rose. Give me a top 5 pick.
I dig it. Okay. I love that bold take. Dave?
I like that. To your point, Matt, saying an all-star isn't the bold take, I agree with you. Shouldn't be an all-star. We should want more. So for me, it's Zach LaVine, 3rd team All-NBA.
Whoa!
That's what I held out with.
Sorry, Joe. You don't have to get
That's what I want.
That's a bold take.
Yes, that's what I want. I don't see when I watched him in the preseason. And again, my God, it's the preseason.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. But watching him in the preseason, I didn't see an all-star. I saw an all-NBA dude. Mm-hmm. That's what I saw. A dude, the fact that he was making moves within the move. I told you that. Like, he was making like 3 moves within the move, and I haven't seen him do that comfortably in a minute. Like, usually he would make 1, 2, and then forget that he knows how to play basketball, and then the ball would just do some shit. But now he'll make 1, 2, and then make the third move by basically going up and under the rim or something like that, you know, or the step back, which is quite vicious that he has right there. Like, Zach LaVine has put himself in prime position, and I said this to you, Will. Like, this is the first time he looked like the number 1 guy. Like, watching him in the preseason, I was like, this dude looks like I'm the dude on this team. Like, this is my team. If you're going to be the dude on this team, then that means you're all NBA. Because when DeMar DeRozan was the dude on this team, it meant all NBA. All right? So, Zach LaVine, I'm putting that on you as well, sir. 3rd team all NBA, and that's being nice. 3rd team all NBA, Zach.
I'm the dude, man.
I'm the dude.
El Duderino, if brevity isn't your thing.
What up, baby?
All right, a couple more quick shout-outs to our sponsors. We'll come back with our predictions for the Bulls record this season. Shout out to Nate the Great for throwing us a super chat. Appreciate you. Today's show also brought to you by Circle K. Join the Circle K Inner Circle today by downloading their free app, which will give you some nice perks. Join the Inner Circle, and on your first 5 fill-ups at Circle K gas stations, you will get 25 cents off per gallon.
Per gallon?
As you're filling up that tank.
That's a lot of sense.
Those are incredible savings.
Makes a lot of sense.
Plus, when you go inside the store and see all the wonderful goodies and treats they have in those Circle K markets, every 6th item you purchase, whether it's their hot and ready pizza slices, their fresh brewed coffee, their ice cold fountain drinks, every 6th one you get will be free.
Free?
$0.
What?
For your snacks, for your bevies while you're filling up your tank to set out on your errands, your road trip, your work commute, whatever it is.
Not the bevies.
Download that Circle K app for free and join the Inner Circle.
And of course, brought to you by the Goose Island
Line Drive.
Beer.
We tried.
Company. As you can see, I just had one right here, and it is crushed. Always crush your cans to let people know that you're done with them, ladies and gentlemen. Hit it one more time because of what I said, Joey. CHGO, supported by the Goose Island Beer Company, is Chicago's beer since the Jordan year, which is 1988. That roster is stacked with the Beer Hug family, the 312 Wheat Ale, the Full Pocket Pilsner. You'll see it right here. And of course, it's Oktoberfest. It's daylight savings time, which Joey loves so damn much. It's Oktoberfest beer. That's what that means. So head on down, grab you that ultra fresh exclusive beer from the Goose Island Original Brew House on Clybourne Avenue in Lincoln Park, or from their tap room on Fulton Street in West Town. It's the Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago's beer, the true taste of Chicago.
Woo. Beer throw.
Got a little drop of Pilsner on my knee on that throw.
You like it.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Knee beer. All right, guys, it's prediction
I had
time.
a little hair in it.
What will the Bulls' 82-game regular season record be? And will they be playoff bound? Big Dave, let's start with you.
Well, you know how I am.
I do. That's why we're starting with
know
you.
How I roll. I told Will in there that I switched mine to 45. Like, I feel it'll be 45, but I told him I'm going to stand on what I said previously.
I respect that because I did not do that.
Yeah.
I'm changing up. I'm flip-flopping.
Which was 46.
Okay.
I'm going to stand on that because I already put it out because Hayes asked me, and remember he asked everybody for their predictions.
He did.
Shout out to our guy Hayes.
Shout out Hayes.
He asked
I changed
everybody.
mine from my answer that I
That's
gave
fine.
Hayes 2 months ago.
I said, no, I'm going to stand on it. Right or wrong, I'm going to just live with it. It's fine. I don't mind. So 46 wins is where I got the Bulls at. That's what I'm hoping for. The fact, watching those games last year, I just saw them lose a lot of games. Luck is the wrong word, but just watching those teams just do shit that they didn't do against any other team as far as the buckets and the type of buckets that they hit. Watching Minnesota drop that 150 on the Chicago Bulls when you're telling me they're a top 5 defense, like stuff like that it was just really weird for the Bulls. A lot of last-second losses that happened for them on some just amazing buckets by some amazing players. I'm not taking that away from De'Aaron Fox or Tyrese Halliburton or anything like that, but I just felt a lot of things went those teams' way.
AK
and
cited
the Bulls got
19
those L's.
of such losses in that interview he did a few weeks ago.
Well, there it is. But I think they took some L's that I think they probably should have won. And I think that with these new changes with Jalen Carter and Torrey Craig, and I'm not saying I'm expecting the world from them, but I am expecting more from these guys. And the growth of Kobe White happening as well. Patrick Williams, as I said in the video for Hayes, I don't expect it to be this year, but I expect his to be next year. But I do expect something a little bit more from Patrick Williams. So I'm expecting to see some of those things. But with all that said, and Zach LaVine, third team All-NBA, give me 46
So
wins,
46 and 36, which was their record 2 seasons ago when they were the 6th seed. So are you claiming 6th seed attached to that 46 and 36?
Yeah, because that's what you're going to have to get to that 6th seed. There's no other way.
Mark, what about you?
Well, guys, look, I've really enjoyed my time here at CHGO, but to be honest, I'm angling for a gig with ESPN, which is why I'm saying the Bulls are going to be 12th in the East and going to have a 35 and 47 record. So just to be transparent with everyone, that's why I've said that. No, but being not a facetious douchebag, the reason why I'm predicting this is sort of alludes to my previous point around Zach or DeMar being traded. Like, I don't think this is going to be a season where things look very different. I don't think the offense is going to be fundamentally changing because I don't think they can because of the personnel. I've banged that drum enough. So I don't think they're going to really change who they are. So at some point, this team has to make a decision on direction, like we were talking about at the top of the show. Like, what are they going to be? Who are they going to be? Wanting that clarity, wanting that resolution. So I'm hoping for that clarity. I'm hoping for that resolution. And if they start making moves at the deadline, start pivoting this team to the next squad, like I hope they would do last season. If they do that this season, then in part, obviously the record is going to suffer. If they move on from a Zach or a DeMar or whomever it may be, then this isn't a playing team. Should be a team that's prioritizing its draft pick, and I hope they do that, assuming things don't take off. Now, if things take off and if things go well, cool. I'll happily enjoy that. But if assuming things are looking more of the same, where they're looking like that 500-ish team, they haven't fundamentally changed who they are, this doesn't look like there's scope for this team to continue to grow, then they need to make a serious, bold move and make a deadline deal. And I'm hoping they do. Predicting they will. Maybe that's foolish of me to suggest or hope for, given AK's track record over the last few deadlines. But we'll see. We'll see.
Will the Go Gottlieb?
Goat!
After the moves this summer, I was feeling pretty solid at 43.
Okay.
I feel like some of the stuff that went against them last year was a little bit fluky. I felt like with the additions of Javon Carter and Torrey Craig, maybe they don't get back to top 5 level on defense, but you're putting yourself in a position to succeed again on that end.
Yeah.
But then I saw some of the other teams make other moves. Some of the other players on teams, I think, have more room to grow than some of the Bulls players. And so by the time I did the Dunked On show, I had them at 41 and 41.
Flex.
After preseason, though, when we saw one quarter of them doing the things that they said they wanted to do, of just not really buying into what I think they need to buy into in order to overcome the lack of personnel changes that would really spur real change, I'm sliding down again. I've got them at 38 and 44, so a little bit above Mark. And look, that's not that hot of a take. That's exactly in line with the Vegas over-under at 37.5.
Yep.
A lot of the models around the internet have them in that same range too. I don't think they're a bad team. I think they're an average team. But some of these other teams are just getting better at a faster pace. And when that happens, and you have, I think, more room for downside than upside, right? DeMar, Vooch, Zach, all either at the top or on the other side of the aging curve, there's more room to come down than there is for a team like the Pacers or the Magic to go up. The Magic last year, during the heart of the season, when Fultz was healthy and before they really started to tank, they were 29 and 23. The Pacers last year in games in which Miles Turner and Tyrese Halliburton played, they were 26 and 22. I think just some of these teams are getting better, and I think they're getting better at a rate that the Bulls may not be able to keep pace with. I think there's a chance that that there's a sell-off at the deadline, but I think that chance is really small. My guess is they really try to go for it this year. They continue kind of with this last year of DeMar, year 3 with this group together. And then next year they've got the pick outgoing to San Antonio, top 10 protected. Maybe that's when they look to pivot. So I don't think they're going to really bottom out. But yeah, I have them at 38 wins now, just based on sort of the way that I'm feeling out the rest of the league. And what we saw in preseason was just really not encouraging to me.
And not just faster, but also younger and getting better at a faster pace is kind of what you're saying.
Exactly.
Right there too.
Exactly. More room to grow for some of these teams that have elite young prospects that are bringing in a Bruce Brown and a Jarris Walker. I mean, those guys are really going to help. The style of play also gives the Bulls trouble. Like, if you look at the schedule, there's 2 teams tanking this year. Yeah. It's the Wizards and it's the Blazers. Like, who are you getting these wins against? And we know that the Bulls struggled against bad teams. They were actually not as good against good teams as you might think. I don't have the record in front of me, but I believe it was something like 12-19 or something against teams above 500. I just don't know where these wins are coming from. And if you're coming out of the gate with Oklahoma City, Toronto, who I think will still be good, you got at Pacers, at Dallas, you've got Denver, Utah, Phoenix, Bucks, Magic, Heat, OKC again, Toronto, Brooklyn, Boston, Milwaukee, New Orleans, Milwaukee, Denver, Miami, Philadelphia. That's a really tough schedule. What happens if things don't start off the way that you want?
Yeah.
I just think there's room for this thing to kind of spiral out of control really quickly. And to Mark's point, if things don't click right away, are they going to stay bought in?
Yes.
And will it even be too late by the time they get to the point where they really are coalescing in the way they want?
Coalescing? All that is drop coalescing on your ass. Damn it. Ooh, the GOAT.
I hate to tell you.
Oh, the GOAT.
Source over here.
Morass yesterday, coalesces today.
We are past time, so I will keep my answer brief. I agree with Will. I was discouraged, not encouraged, by the preseason, by and large. So my prediction from a couple months ago, earlier this offseason, has slid a bit as far as wins. And I'm saying 40 and 42. Why? Because I think the combination of how much better to Javon and Torrey really make you with, basically running it back alongside that, compared to the
2 bench guys,
increased competition in the East, as Will, you were alluding to, means to me, maybe they win a few more of those clutch games that they should have won last season, but the competition's stiffer. Also, mostly why I chose this is I agree they're not going to blow it up. They're going to double down and say, hey, we're going to give this team a full season to try and get it right. Who knows? We went 14-9 after the All-Star break last season. It could happen again. It would be the most Bulls thing ever to have to sit here and watch them go 40 and 42 for a second consecutive season. Hashtag continuity in the truest form. I'm not happy that that's what I'm predicting, but that's what I'm predicting because it would be the most goddamn Bulls thing in the universe to watch this team go 40 and 42 again. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong in either direction, but that's where I am right now.
I like how Joey looked like, where the hell did he get another hat from?
The set. Thank you, Dave.
It's my fault, Joe. It's my fault.
We'll see. We got to watch them play all 82. They play 82 for a reason. Thanks for tuning in.
Damn it.
For our season predictions episode. We are back tomorrow, 6:30 Central Time, CHGO Bulls pregame before the season opener against OKC.
Whatever happens, I cannot wait.
Can't wait. Mark K, thank you for joining us, man. Follow Mark on Twitter, MK Hoops. He will join us throughout the season for various portions of various post-game shows.
Yes, he will.
Can't wait to have you back in the post-game fold,
Absolutely.
man. Our pal and producer is Joey Spathis. He is at Joey Spathis.
Joey Spath.
Baby Joey, always lurking. Will the Go Golly, Will_Golly, Big Dave Bow, BWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Pack. You can follow us at CHGO_Bulls.
Go!
We will talk to you half an hour before tip-off tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm so ready.
Enjoy ball night tonight. The NBA is back,
It's back.
For our whole crew here.
Woo.
Until tomorrow, C-Red, be good.
Peace and love, y'all.
We all silly like the mayor.